legends time of the day.
This is it. We got Seymour Duncan.
Hi guys, how you doing?
With the infamous Don Wilson of the Ventures. And these two, we just were talking in the Seymour Duncan booth, have known each other for 60 years.
What?
We have two legends here, buddies for 60 years. His birthday is February 10th. His birthday is February 11th, 10/11. And Lonn's number is number 11. So we got a cosmic 108 moment happening right
Cool.
We got it. And Don, you know, he's always been my hero, you know, as a guitar player, as a person, as a friend, you know, and his whole family. I mean, they sort of adopted me, you know, and I appreciate that so much. And I love Tim and the whole crew, you know.
The whole
and
family
Lisa.
is amazing. And now your family, your daughter Stacy Lane Wilson and Tim, your son, are putting together a documentary about the Ventures. And I went along with Stacy when she interviewed Seymour at the factory. And Seymour, you were telling us how when you first got turned on to the Ventures, you had to have every single one of the guitars that they were playing and every single album. And he's got all the 45 records and more than one because you like to make sure he has one pristine copy and one he can play. So tell us a little bit about your collection.
Well, it was fun. Don came up and he saw all those albums and he says, man, you got a lot of albums. I said, Don, they're all Venture records, over 500 Venture records. And I would buy the same ones over and over and over again. And I'd go on the road all the time doing seminars. So I would go to garage sales or pawn shops, and there's a Venture record. I go through the bin, I grab it. So I just ended up with so many, you know, and people just say, why do you want so many? I said, so I can play them all, you know, which is
And
incredible.
you're an amazing player too.
Oh, I like playing.
I mean, Seymour, he sent me links to some music and it just, like, you can feel it in your heart, like you really are an amazing player. You hear the sound.
Yeah.
And Don, you said something in our last interview. Don, I don't know if you remember, but Lonn and I interviewed you a couple NAMMs ago, and you said something that stuck with me. And you said, you know, the thing about the Japanese fans is they really understood our music because they didn't need the lyrics.
They didn't need me lyrics.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and that always stuck with me, that quote, because the Japanese have been such loyal fans to the Ventures and
Really, yeah.
and love you guys so much, as the whole world does. I mean, we interviewed, Stacy interviewed a whole host of people. John Fogerty is on camera talking about you, and so many amazing people. Jeff Skunk Baxter is in the film, and Waddy Wachtel. I photographed Waddy's guitar, and I'm like, Waddy, you know, my friend Stacy's doing this documentary about the Ventures, and on his computer screensaver was a Ventures album. It was his screensaver.
cool.
When we got over there, and he's got hanging on the wall his guitar collection, and he's got his Don Wilson Venture guitar.
Yeah, well, you know, Japanese fans are so loyal. I mean, you know, we get in our concerts, I don't go anymore because I'm old and feeble, folks. I'll be 86 years old on February 10th. Seymour's February 11th, so we got a lot in common. He's my best buddy, boy, I'll tell you. Anyway, I'm going to tell this story. I went up to Santa Barbara and we went to Seymour's office, a big office he had on rows and rows, you know, of vinyl. And I said, boy, you got a lot of vinyl there. And he said, they're all Ventures. I said, whoa, really? That was cool.
It's very cool. You're an icon for so many artists, and you are an icon for so many artists.
Yeah, but the thing a lot of people don't know is the Ventures have sold more records than just about any of the pop people out there. You know, I mean, how many records have you sold?
About 112 million and still going. So, you know, like I said, we sold 40 million in Japan alone. So it's been a wonderful life for me. But I'm retired now because it used to be rock and roll, but for me now it's rock and roll AIDS.
You're funny. Waddy Wachtel said that the Ventures inspired him to play the guitar, and one of the first songs he learned was "Walk Don't Run," and he had heard it by someone else had recorded it. The original writer of that song was
that was Chet Atkins, but he played it.
It
where
wasn't
we
Chet.
couldn't play. I mean, he's finger style and all that, and very almost jazzy. We couldn't do that. Hell, we just learned. About 2 years before, or about a year before Walk Don't Run came out. So we got very fortunate.
Someone else had recorded it, and that's who Waddy learned that version, and then he heard the Walk Don't Run or something, and that blew his mind, something like that. Yeah.
Well, we did Kasem.
Yeah.
He had this show, a television show, and he said, who was the first artist, not just instrumental, but who were the first artists to have the same song, 2 different versions, both hit the top 10? And I'm thinking, I don't know. Comes back and he said, it was the Venture. Walk Don't Run and Walk Don't Run 64.
That's great. I mean, to me, I love the album covers, and that's one thing I missed with the CDs and everything,
Yeah, all the liner notes.
I used to watch the chord that Don would play and everything, that like A7th chord, and I thought it was so cool being able to see all that, and watch where the switch was, what position, and that was so important to us young guitar players, seeing all that, and then the sound, and then they were playing Jazz Masters, and Don was playing like a 56 Strat, 57 Strat. Then he played the Rosewood Strat like a 60, so I've collected all those different model guitars through the years, and I just love it. I mean, the Ventures are always my #1 band. I've always said that, and I'm proud to be sitting here next to it.
I would hesitate
Me too.
I would hesitate to guess that in 60 years of friendship, these two have never done an interview in this much noise.
Well, we
Anyway,
are at NAMM.
Seymour and I have known each other, God, almost like we grew up together, but it isn't. But I love this guy. I mean, we'll be friends forever. Damn good friends. Although we don't see each other much, but here we do.
But what's really neat? Yeah, look at that.
There's your beauty.
That's my old guitar. Yeah.
Don Wilson. That's, what year was that? That's your Fender?
Yeah. I sold that for $300,000.
You sold that guitar for $300,000.
Yeah, went for an auction at
Wow.
Julian's auction house. I was there when that went. And then there's the 1967 Jazzmaster. And you've got the Bob Bogle bass that everybody kind of played with in here. And your 82 Jazzmaster. Those are all the ones we did.
Really great.
Anyway, I got all the most important ones here.
You never know who learned to play off your record.
Yeah.
Somebody called me and said, I think you've got a Christmas album or something at one of the big record stores at that time. And so I went to look for it. They didn't have any of ours, but I said, well, who's somebody told me that you did have one with us in it. He said, yeah, it's Elton John. And he got a Christmas album up, but only none of his songs, but artists that he liked. So I find that little chapter in there that he tells about it. He said, I grew up with the Ventures, walked on running for video. I went, wow, it's Sir Elton John,
Cool.
You know what's really neat too?
Pretty cool.
As I told Don, I said, Don, we have the same kind of hands. And we put our hands together. Remember your
You do?
hands?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we both got
We got the same thing.
that Dupin trend.
Same finger.
Our third finger.
Watch mine.
Both the same.
He's got it too, Yeah,
You see that?
it's so weird,
Do that one more time.
Yeah. Well, Don, his is touching too.
This is the hands of Seymour Duncan and Don Wilson. They have the same hands and they have the same funky finger that snaps back.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, that's so wild, man. You know.
Interesting. It's like your soul brothers.
Oh, I know. That's why.
Yeah.
We're so close to each other. You know, it's really amazing. You know.
You guys are both amazing, and it's really amazing how you've maintained your friendship all these years, and it's because of music. Music brought you guys together.
Oh, that's my life.
And
right?
us together, and I love that so much, and I love your family, and they're such a reflection of you, Don. When I came to your house to photograph your guitars that time, Tim, your son, said, you need to know Stacy, my sister in LA. You guys are, going to be pals. And we have been ever since. And then at the first NAMM, the next NAMM, Jill came with Noki Edwards was there, and Judy Edwards, and Jill was there, and Deke Dickerson had his gig at that little hotel he used to have it at. And that's when I met Jill the first time. And all your kids have become like dear friends of mine.
Oh, good.
And you, it's like, you're like my dad, my second dad. Catalyst for so many and for me. So I really appreciate you coming by today and taking some time out.
It's great. You do a great job, and your book's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm excited that you're going to write something for the next book. We got you writing a forward piece, and I've got Fred Gretsch doing an afterward. So, it's going to rock.
That's a nice bookend.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
That's a wrap, you guys.
Thank you.